Hey guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Cane Corso. I'm here with the Mona and Madmartigan litter. These are the beasts. They are the big fluffy babies. So I have, let me see, 2 female spots available. I have first pick female and I think last pick female available out of this litter. And there's the big man. That's the biggest boy. He's a huge hunk. Big old fat head. Orange collar.
There's a lot of personality in this litter. I don't know if you've seen it.
Girl.
Yeah, but there's a lot of personality.
Hello, little babies. Hello, little babies.
Look, it's a new person.
Hello. I know at first they were hiding in the corner. It was sad. They were hiding from me. We had to get them to warm up to me. They just don't know me. Look at that.
That's mash, puppy mash that they are stuffing in.
Yeah, that's food. That was breakfast.
That is not the poopy.
Little breakfast. Look at that. Look at that structure. Yeah. That's the nicest female in the litter. Oh, she has a neck. It's not horrible.
No.
She's got her father's high shoulder. That's what I was looking at.
Look at the width on the muzzle on the right there.
The turquoise. The big old fat head. You got big old fat head. You get knocked over. Well, hello there, blue boy. Blue boy. The blue yellow boy. Oh my God, look at that head. He has a crazy head. It's beautiful.
Yeah, fantastic. Big, broad.
Beautiful head. And he is all kinds of gangster. Look at him. Look at him taking his time. Hello, sweet baby. Hello. Hello. Girl, he is nice. That is a beautiful head. Wow. I could see why Ninad wanted me to do this pairing. Look at that. It's a whole, just a handful of head right there. Dang, man. He got a real pretty head. You got a real pretty head. About to try to be the next X-Man. All head, no body.
Yeah. There's a lot of cuteness going on.
Yeah, I like purple.
A lot of fluffiness and a lot of cuteness.
If I keep first pick female, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep first pick female or not. But if I do, it'll be purple, I think. Because she's just far and beyond in the body than anything else I'm seeing in here. I mean, the bone is just insane.
They're very big.
They're very big. Yeah,
Heads.
Big heads. Nice heads, but the refinement that I'm looking for, I'm only seeing in the purple collar. The male, on the other hand, he's just a whopper. I love his head. Yellow male looks good. Look at that, nice length. Not bad. Not bad.
No, not bad at all. There's a lot of personality. I love these little babies.
They're very sweet. They're a lot calmer than the other litter. As Pink gets super excited.
Oh, there we go.
Gosh.
Yeah, well, you better stop. You better stop. Look, she knows. Look. She's looking at me. See, because she knows. The foolishness.
I feel like if I would have been standing on that side, I would have gotten it better. Maybe these are very young puppies, y'all. These are like 5-week-old puppies. So really, I shouldn't even be talking about structure yet. Because I'm seeing them, and I don't spend near enough time with them to even be... I can be way too judgmental on structure initially, I think.
Well, it's a process of thinking out loud.
Yes.
It can change daily, weekly.
Yeah.
And it's still change until the dog is old enough to breed.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like it's hard because when we're on that other side of the camera, we're talking our process
right
out loud, people take it literal.
Yeah.
And they make it as if you're a hypocrite because your opinion changed from like the day before or the week before.
It's so true.
And it's not like, you can't take what we say with any kind of seriousness until we actually are breeding the dog.
Yeah.
Because we look at them and we evaluate until that point.
Yeah.
And this is a very slow growing breed.
Yeah.
So what they do is that they mature to 8 weeks, and then that's when we get what we call the money shot a lot of the times. And sometimes it may even take 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And basically what you see is as close as to what that dog may be
when it grows up.
When it grows up at maturity.
Yeah.
But it's not always true.
Right.
It's mostly true, but what after they hit the best point as a puppy in which we do selection, then they go through their growing their growing milestones where they grow tall, then they grow long, then their head does, and it's a very like horrible time.
Yes.
Up until they start coming back together and they start making more sense and they look more proportionate. Sometimes it happens, and then sometimes it doesn't happen, and the dog just falls apart, stays apart.
Yep.
And then there's what we saw early on. It's not the dog before us.
Yes.
And then
yes.
we make the decision to just kind of place that dog out, which is the best thing, right? Because then they get to be placed in a home where they are given individual attention. We are doing a program.
Yeah.
Which our dogs get attention.
Yeah. But not near as much as they would get in the home. Yeah.
In a home as an individual.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Don't be too hard on us.
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud a whole lot of the time.
Well, and I think it's important to realize that if I didn't think out loud, I would just be sitting here silent. And it would be no fun. Like, it wouldn't... That's not a video you guys would want to watch, you know what I mean? But my only option is to either sit here quietly thinking to myself, you know, or I think out loud and I kind of tell you guys what I'm seeing, what I like, what I don't like. And then we go from there. And so it's kind of a process. And just because I say that a dog does not have, like, for example, I was pretty critical of Batista when he was growing up. And I was like, oh, he's got no reangulation, blah, 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 this and that. And then there's people out there that just go around claiming that I breed dogs with no rear-angulation, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, actually, Batista has fantastic rear-angulation now. He was a puppy.
He matured. And see, that's what people don't realize when you're running a program where these things that we're looking at matters. And like I'm telling you, they hit these milestones for at least a year where the growth is just everywhere. A dog that had fantastic rear-angulation like Batista had as a puppy. Yeah. And we have proof of that. Yeah. Can lose it during the growth when they're growing tall and then long. And most breeders will say they'll literally put the dog away. Yeah. And not even look at the dog other than feeding and watering that dog. Just so that they can spare themselves feelings about the dog until the dog comes out of it. Yeah. Or they don't come out of it, and it's usually like a year. Yeah. And so,
well, I would say for males, it can be literally up to 3 years.
It can, yeah. So
males can take legitimately 3, especially
3 to
really
4 years.
Especially really big males. They can take every bit of 3 years to get back to where they were. And Batista taught me that because Batista took every bit of 3 years to get back. And he did go back.
I had a breeder tell me, if you are not a patient person, this breed is not for you. Yeah. They require a lot of patience. And like I was saying, we are not working with mechanically built, you know, robot dogs. Yeah. You know, this is genetics and just nature at work. So every individual is going to grow at a different rate, have a different metabolism, and we are not going to know what's fully genetically in that dog until it has hit the full maturity. And until then, there's a lot of craziness that goes on while they're growing. Yeah. And like I said, dogs, we thought would have ended up small sometimes could be the biggest, or the biggest end up being the smallest. You have to be... And
heads can change too, as well. Like, you might think a dog is going to be hyper type. We've had a couple dogs where we thought were going to be hyper type, which some people say looks like a boxer. And then they grow up and they're gorgeous, mature. Like, they don't look at all hyper type. It's a weird deal.
But you will never hear a breeder really criticize out loud. Like, you're getting to hear a part of the industry that is not public.
Right. Yeah.
Breeders deal with these thoughts every day.
Yeah.
And we just
either that or they're absolutely kennel blind.
Yes, yeah. And everything is wonderful. Remember the greatest tragedy.
Yeah. It's either one, they'll never verbally say out loud that they don't like their own program, which makes sense, right? Because if you're building Chevys and you're selling Chevys, why would you say that there's anything wrong with a Chevy? You want to tell everybody that your Chevys are the best Chevys in the world and everything's great about your Chevy, right? And for me, I'm more honest, I guess. I think really what it really boils down to is that it's not about necessarily even being honest. I want to teach people. And I can't teach you what's right and what's wrong unless I'm willing to point out what's wrong. And I can't, if I went around and I tried to not do it with my dogs and I tried to use other breeders' dogs and I was like showing what's wrong, even if I didn't, let's say that I went to my viewers and I was like, hey, do you mind giving me pictures and I can evaluate dogs and show you guys structure? That way I wouldn't have to criticize my own dogs. The reality is that somebody would figure out that somebody's dog came from another breeder and they would go and say, Rachel was criticizing so-and-so's dogs online, and it would just create a lot of controversy.
Oh, yeah, no. And most breeders are very like, I mean, we work really hard.
Yeah.
And we're not the only ones out there working hard.
Yeah.
And so what we recognized going to Europe is that breeders that are here, and maybe even breeders all over the world, some of them are just, they hold their work very close to their hearts. And even though they may have that thought, ooh, I don't like that dog, I don't like the way the dog's developing, they can say it, they can think it, but they don't want necessarily others judging it out loud.
Yeah.
And so we're giving you kind of that back door, closed door look into the industry through our programs.
Right.
And you just have to understand that it's a process of thought, and don't take it serious. Don't take it to heart. Just
yeah, unless I tell you, like there'll be times like with Nirvana, for example, like I knew there was no question. I told you, like you could take it to the bank. Like when I talk like that, okay, yeah. But when I'm saying, oh, I don't know that I like this about the dog, I don't know that I like that, like whatever, blah blah, like it's just different.
Nirvana is our own stuff.
Yes, it's very predictable. Yes.
When you're dealing with genetics that you are not familiar with.
Which is these are outcross.
This is completely outcross. This is not like really, like this is, Senza Tempo production, but the dogs came from different programs.
Yeah.
And so it's like you don't know what, so you're seeing something you've never seen before. This is 100% unpredictable.
Yeah.
And we have to go through and kind of identify what we are seeing for the first time. Which, Nirvana's situation, 100% predictable.
Yeah.
We've bred those genetics for how many years?
Girl, 4 years, I think now.
Combinations. I know what I've seen in my litters with the Phillies, and she knew what she's seen out of her litters and her lines. And so we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
This, and even the litter, the other
Asia litter.
You don't know till you know.
Yep.
And that's just, so we have to kind of hypothesize and go through this thinking out loud. And, so just kind of respect it, appreciate it for what it is. Don't take it literal, and just, you're along for the ride. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm going to let y'all go. I've got some work to do. Reese and I have got to get these pens clean, and I got to get that water done before her kids get home, because they're going to be home soon, and she's going to be busy cooking and getting homework done. So
yep, guys, and there's availability in this litter too.
Yep.
Like she said, you know, and
just give me a call and we can talk about it. So y'all have a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye. Bye.